When will the United States elect a female president?
2040 or 2050.
That late?
Let's hope so.
What does it say about the college co-ed Susan Fluke, who goes before a congressional committee and essentially says that she must be paid to have sex? What does that make her? It makes her a slut, right? Makes her a prostitute.
You want me to give you my hard-earned money so you can have sex.
You know, back in my days, they used bare aspirin for contraceptives. The gals put it between their knees, and it wasn't that costly.
You have this whole bureaucracy upon bureaucracy being built up to support women in the military who are now being raped too much. What did they expect?
Women are victims of violence all the time.
Should have guns.
And they could, well, maybe that or make better decisions.
Your decision to stay on prohibits the party from having a younger leadership and hurts the party in the long term. What's your response?
This woolly windbag is doing more for the right than free enterprise. Every time she opens her mouth, more Americans think, I'm voting for Romney just so I don't ever have to see this woman again. Great hair.
But yeah, if you're into that Frizilla kind of thing. Anyway, yeah, I gave up perms a long time ago.
So I have to ask you this very personal question. Your hair.
Hillary Clinton now. The Secretary of State has been sporting a new look these days. No makeup, no contacts, no blowouts.
She's not looking good these days. She's looking overweight and she's looking very tired.
It looks like she's not trying, to be honest.
Yes, it does look that way.
Like this right-wing slut, what's her name, Laura Ingraham? Yeah, she's a talk slut.
I don't know. I think when her numbers went down, she should have brought down her neckline.
And I love how passionate you are. I wish you were as right about what you're saying as you are passionate about it. I really do.
That's
For
really
example,
condescending.
Headline time. Women are everywhere. We're letting them play golf and tennis now. It's out of control.
You know what?
You know.
You read the headlines since men are so great.
Is there any other word that you can use to describe me?
Oh, I got a few words.
In your opinion, what is sexism?
In my opinion, I believe the term is when there's discrimination against two different sexes. There's only two, so I guess between male or female or male discriminating against the other one. So that's mine. Not that I know of, honestly. Maybe sometime in my life somebody may have done something to me that I didn't really recognize, but I'm sure that, it happens generally to a lot of people every single day, but not to me personally that I know of.
In your opinion?
Sexism to me is pretty much displaying inequality to another gender, male or female. Actually, being in college, there's favoritism towards either the male or female based on some other perspectives, but
I felt that I should have gotten a position over a female. However, because of some relationships of a female leading the department that I was in, decided to offer that position to another female. So I truly felt that was discrimination. However, I don't have any real proof that it legally, took place. However, just from casual observation and also experience, I felt it did occur. I think overall, women are disproportionately affected more than male, only because of male leads most of the one major corporation, major companies, and also male work more in a leadership position today than female does. However, I see in years to come that tide will turn.
Who do you think is more affected by sexism?
Women, by a long shot. I don't think that men are unaffected by sexism.
I think that men can be just as pigeonholed into gender roles as women. Although I think, quiet for a second. Although I think that women, when they do experience sexism, it often affects their job, it affects their ability to make money, it affects their ability to rise in society, etc. Where men, it tends to just be like social stuff, which is doesn't have as powerful an effect as something. I think that a lot of the stories that we tell have a male-centric narrative to them, and that it's the man who saves the day. It's the knight in shining armor saving the princess. That whole thing is still alive and well. Also, a lot of the music industry and a lot, is run by men and sell to men, as well as, a lot of the major decisions that are being made by men, and you can't really expect that women are going to be represented in those decisions if it's all men being made. I've been the victim of sexism. I guess a little bit. There are times that, I feel like people try and pigeonhole me as a man and think that I have to like cars or sports or something like that. And I don't particularly care for either of those things. And there's been a push to say that, or I've heard comments of, I'm not a man because I don't know anything about a car, stuff like that, or if I like theater, that's somehow not okay as a man to do that. But again, it's nothing I really care about. It's not like I've been denied a job because of it, where women often face those things. Yeah, it has to, that it's being in the majority, being someone who is the recipient of all those decisions, of all the people who decide things. Let me think, I can edit this down. Congress is basically men. There's a very small minority of women who are in Congress, right? So that means the laws that are being passed are all from a male point of view. So yeah, I'm the recipient of sexism being alive and well, and it works in my favor. So my point of view, I have to make sure that I'm staying conscious as far as what women's rights are, what the rights of people of color are, the rights of homosexuals, the rights of anyone who's being marginalized in that way. I have to try and keep my point of view open to all the parties involved.
All right.